Greetings, everyone. Today, I have the honor of introducing to you the November MVP of Latvian-Estonian Basketball League, Frankie Fidler from Rīgas Zeļļi. Hi, Frankie.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining. Of course, congrats on MVP awards. This is your rookie season in professional basketball, and you were already named the MVP for November. So, what was your reaction when you first heard the news?
So actually, our president was the one that broke the news to me in our group chat, and it was kind of just a surreal feeling. Yeah, I was just kind of surprised, happy that my work was paying off and people were noticing. So, really grateful that I was named MVP last month.
Coming from NCAA basketball to the professional level in Europe, what would you say has been the biggest challenge in this transition, and how did you manage to adapt so quickly?
Yeah, I think the little things are some of the hardest to pick up on. The take fouls that we use. How fast the game is here. It definitely took me. We had like 5 preseason games, and I think it took me all 5 of those games to finally, kind of figure out how I needed to play and how I could, fully help my team win and what they needed from me and yeah, so I think the little things like the take fouls and the speed of the game were the toughest for me to pick up on.
Yeah, and then your 34 points against VEF Riga and winning that game, even without Tom Skuja, who had already left for Germany.
Hmm.
I felt like, me personally, I felt like that was kind of a statement game. Did you feel like that was the game everyone started to take Rīgas Zeļļi and Frankie Fidler as a serious contenders this season?
Yeah, definitely. I had that game marked, on my calendar from the start of the season, and I knew that was an important game for us to win. So I wanted to you know try my hardest and even more than I could that game to help us win. So that night I scored a lot, and that helped us win.
How did you know that that is a so important game? Did you have like someone telling you about the history, or how did you know who are the biggest opponents?
Yeah, I think especially with VEF, kind of just knowing how dominant they've been in the Latvian-Estonian League the past like 15 years. Um, so I think just knowing about the league and knowing they're the other team. Well, there's multiple teams in Riga, but they're the team to beat in Riga and Latvia. And then other teams that the coaches have kind of just said, these are the teams, the top teams in the league that you should be aware of. So just kind of getting bits and pieces from the coaches, from my teammates, kind of showed me how important the VEF game was.
Did you do any research before coming here and research about the league, or the city, or Latvian Estonian cities, or teams, or you just arrived and then just someone told you?
Yeah, I actually didn't do that much research. I think the only thing I saw was Old Town when I looked at Riga. Um, but yeah, my agents were telling me how good of a league that this is, especially coming to Rīgas Zeļļi. How our coach lets us play, how he wants to play, was a big opportunity for me. But yeah, just when getting here, kind of feeling everything out. Like I said, talking with my teammates, with my coaches about the rest of the league, really informed me about who's at the top and who we want to be, and who we got to go through to win a championship.
And the fact that Tom Skuja signed in Germany, did it strengthen your belief that you made the right choice to spend your rookie season here, and that this is like a good platform from which to jump into the top European leagues.
Yeah, for sure. Him, leaving was definitely took a toll on our team chemistry, everything. But happy for him. Happy that he's at a good spot in a good league right now. And even going back to last year with Justin McCoy, he left at the midway point. So kind of just seeing different people have success with Rīgas Zeļļi definitely brought an interest to me, and I'm grateful and happy to be here.
The Latvian-Estonian League means competing in both countries. So what has your experience been like facing Estonian teams and playing in Estonian arenas?
Yeah, I think it's been good. Sometimes I'd say I don't really know sometimes when we're in Estonia or Latvia. They always tell me to take my passport with me, so I always got it with me just in case. But yeah, I think both leagues, both countries, have physical teams, really good teams, that will compete against every night. I'm pretty sure Tartu's in Estonia, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they got a good team. So excited to play them for sure.
Yeah, that game is coming in the late December.
Yeah, end of this month. Yep.
Is there a particular arena or in Latvia or Estonia where you already feel especially comfortable, or where the atmosphere is a bit tougher?
I don't think that we've played in yet, but I am excited to play at Valmiera. Their arena looks cool, looks nice. They have good crowd. I mean, we played them kind of at a neutral site. It was a home game for us, but it wasn't here in Riga, and they had a good crowd come to that game. So yeah, I think, and the way that game went, they were up 10 the whole game, and we came in at the end, and Roadies hit a buzzer beater. So I think that game at their place is gonna be good.
You had a very consistent November. Which part of your game would you say has translated most naturally from your NCAA career, and which areas have you worked on improving?
Yeah, I think I think coming from NCAA, especially my freshman through junior year when I was at Omaha, I was using a lot of ball screens, and I think that's kind of translated to here a lot. We run a lot of ball screen sets, and the things I think I got to continue to work on are definitely my reads off the ball screen. It's not going to be for me every time, especially when teams start scouting more and bringing doubles and stuff like that. I'm going to have to make the right play with my passes and stuff. So I think definitely the ball screens part has been a strength for me. And then, just getting back to guarding how I know I can guard on defense. Coach wants us, to pick up full court. So kind of just being that leader that starts it off every game is what I'm trying to work on and what I want to get better at.
Have you already felt that opponent teams are scouting more?
For sure. Yeah. I think a lot of it is because I use a lot of ball screens. So if they can, hard hedge it or double it to get the ball out of my hand, I've seen that quite a few times the last few games, even ice coverage. I've been seeing that more. And then, just trying to be physical with me. I play a lot, most of the game. So I just see teams, trying to wear me down if they can, hit me off ball whenever they can, just things like that might try to get in my head or something like that.
And how would you describe Rīgas Zeļļi playing style, and how do you see your own role within the team as let's say, a versatile forward?
Yeah, I think Coach wants us to play fast. He wants us to get up and defend the ball on defense and kind of cause chaos and make the other team shoot, shots that they don't want to shoot. And then when we get the rebound, he wants us to run. So I think, I don't think we've done a great job at at playing transition offense. I think we've kind of, and I think part of it was because Tom's leaving. We were a little, off our game for a few games, but I think with JP, the new American point guard we just signed, I think he'll pick up with what Tom's brought to us, and so yeah, just moving the ball fast, making the right passes, taking the good shots. That's what Coach wants us to do, and I think Coach's playing career, I think he can kind of see himself a little bit in me. So, he's just telling me things that he did during his, playing career that can benefit me. So just taking bits and pieces from him have been good.
You already mentioned JP. He joined recently. And is there something you can already help him with from your couple months in Riga?
Yeah, I think, on the court, I think that's what you're talking about. Maybe not really off the court.
Both, on and off.
Yeah. Okay, well, on the court, just telling them, like, I think I told him a couple times last game, like, if you give the ball up early, like, it's going to come back to you. Like, that's kind of how we play. Also, I didn't even know this, but one time in practice, we were scrimmaging, and this is like a month or two ago. We were scrimmaging, and I tried calling a timeout, and, like, we're not allowed to do that. And then the coaches, like, I didn't even know before I called, and he was like, they were like, nah, you can't do that. You can't do that. So last game, in our ENBL game, it was a close game coming down the stretch. I think we called a timeout, or the refs were reviewing something, whatever. JP comes to the huddle, and he's like, yo, how many timeouts we got? I'm like, they told him 2, and I'm like, but we can't call him. We can't call him. He was like, oh, okay. So like I kind of saved him, the whole team, if he might have tried calling one. But yeah, just little things like that off the court. I don't really do too much myself, but anytime me and him go get dinner or go see the city, it's been good though. I think he'll like it. Riga is actually a really, really nice place.
And actually, this timeout thing is like a stereotypical thing of Americans in their first year in Europe, everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the other way around, which teammate has helped you the most to settle into the professional environment this season?
I actually think most of the older guys have kind of brought me in. Our captain has helped me a lot. Ugas, just kind of giving me the lay of the land. Dennis Christine has actually, brought me under his wing a little bit and told me about the landscape of professional basketball and how he thinks, I can improve and what I need to do for my career. And then Giannis Berzins as well, kind of, doing the same thing. And I have a good relationship with all the guys. Even me being older than a few of them, I try to, help them out as I can and have their careers start out how they want them and stuff. So it kind of goes down the line. I think the older guys take care of, me, Robbie, David's, Rhodey, and then, I try to take care of the younger guys.
Yeah. November is still only the beginning of the season, first part of the season. What kind of a progress do you expect from yourself? Is there a room for progress still, and the team in the coming months?
Yeah, for sure. I always think there's room for growth. I think, there's not really any perfect basketball player in the world. So, I think for myself, I can see, like I said earlier, just getting better at the ball screen readings and stuff. Even taking better shots. Sometimes I find myself taking tough ones where, if I moved off the ball and we got some more movement in the offense, that it'll come back or it'll get to someone else for a better shot. And then as a team, I think, just getting better defensively, really. There's some games where we slack it on defense and aren't physical enough, which our coach gets mad at, which I understand. But, just just getting better in that area, and then just kind of doing what we do on offense. And, I think we'll be a hard team to stop.
Okay, Frankie, and the final question, finally, for the fans, what can Rīgas Zeļļi supporters and fans across the league expect from Frankie Fidler and Rīgas Zeļļi during the rest of your first professional season here?
Yeah, I mean, I think any fans that are out watching me and the team, I think you can see a really competitive group that wants to win every night. I think we're going to score a lot most nights. That's just kind of our DNA as a team. So if you want to watch, fun basketball, come out and support us. And I think our goal as a team is to go win a championship in May. So that's what we're playing towards. That's what, we want to get better at. Every practice, every shoot around, every sleep, it's on our mind. And, I truly want to be a part of, the first team that'll bring Rīgas Zeļļi a championship.
Thank you for your time, and I wish you all the best for the rest of the season, and of course for the rest of your career. And thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks for having me.